Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm still on episode 1 of my story. I say every story needs a listener. Now the first one was my birth. The second one under episode 1 is the games you used to play, how I grew up, birth and how I grew up. Someone told me, even if you get 2 listeners, that is enough. One day someone will listen to. I'm making this video simply for those actually children who do not know how to speak actually. I want them to understand. I want to teach the world to know their actually culture. They have always been sing, dance, drama, etc. But they have not got to know the actually culture. Good cultures, educational cultures, religious cultures, those that are really good for us and those yet unborn. Today I want us to go into how we grew up in actually. I say I was born in Kulu main hospital. Many people are born outside, and when you're born on the road going to a hospital, you get a name. Like for example, a man is called Oyo, a girl is called Ayo, meaning those born on the road. You see, in actually every name has a meaning. One day, in one of the episodes, I'll talk about that naming. I think after the games we used to play, how we grew up, there were many games. We had Dini, we had Dodo, we had Coach Lit, Kalitio A, Pit Te Orian, Pit Te Orian, Marango, Gagi, Coach Lit, Kaliti A, Akuri Ario Ungolonam, Wang. Coach is one of the wise thing, and you have to give the meaning of coach. When we say coach, you answer late. Coach late, quality A. It's about a game, but a game of the mind. We had Dini, we had Awitonga Kilero, Tolango Makiwititi, Yelekere, Panego put Agoganiki, Jing la Tapalbago do Iche, Karama I took Quija, Karama I took Quija, Panchene Quantin com Kimpa. If it stops on you, you have to be pulled. Prigiti, Anga Mukwanyo Bella, in you say war park. This game, they ask you about 2 characters who stole the king's millet. We had Dini, Awitola, Ododo, Coach, Tugucharo. I'll explain later. We had also what Tugu Labala Tak. Then we had trying to learn A to Z. A, Ba, Cha, Da, E, Fa, Ja. And also they used to tell us Ta, Pa, papa opal pipa poto la piruchu patepu la jok jako jarara jeba jele jele jora jokon LAJAJA. That is how we used to play. We used to play things which happens in school, like a, ba, cha, da. This is A, B, C, D. In actually, because when you go to school, P1, P2 all speak in Luo, in actually. And when you go to P3, things you start learning English. But actually prepares you to go for English. And therefore you are smart, you know to do, you know din, you know coach, you know to char. Kweni ngat mangeyo to char, go ko tap o bilgan, o meringe. Ibinyo mego mugo away gang te kato unel kwanang pangewe ka aware itamne tikoko. So this prepares us to get to school. Also we had reciting A to Z, we had to tampo Roma Kidini, hide and seek. These are the games I'm talking of. Dini ye la tobe. And then ngat mundo itala yata tobe. Amia poo. They beat your back while singing. Dini ye la tobe. Like dini. Who will hide well under the sweet potato plantation or under the bush. That is hide and seek. But the people be standing around while they're playing, they're beating your back. The person whom they're beating the back and the beater of the back remains. The one that are hitting the back, dini ye la tobe, and then ngadodong itela yata tobe, amia. The person whom they are playing with the back closes the eye. Amia is to close your eye. When they close the eye, the rest will run and hide. So the person hitting your back will now release you to go and look for those who took off. Your role is now to look for them. The first person you get back will now come and replace you to close his eyes or her eyes to go and look for the rest. So basically that is tampo. Because they say tampo, then everybody runs, someone closes the eye and they get you. But that's in the cities, other tribes. But actually has dini, ye la tobe. And then gatunto itele yata tobe. Amia poo. That is how we play dini. Awitanga, I told you the people sit and put their legs, when they sit on the ground, they put their legs straight. And there's a person who tap their knees, because when legs are together, the knees are here. So they play with the knee. When the hand stop on your knee, they have to pull you, and you ask the other one, Warpok, Rititi, Warpok, Anga, Mukwalu, Bella, Rititi. In this game, when the hands of a Witola stop on you, then they pull you, and if your leg comes because you put your leg very hard on the ground, and then they pull you, and then you go, then they say a word pork. When you hit the gun, then they say you're ready. So it is war pork. Who stole bell of the millet? There were very many games, and then there are some whose work is to come and recite actually books like What Pojok. What Pojok was a story of a man who went to India. From India, he went to represent Acholi and Uganda. When he reached there, they brought rice, and eating rice defeated him because he's used to a local corn or millet. That's what he's used to. I told you from the onset that we used to eat rice during Christmas time or big days, holidays. Americans say holidays, but we say holidays. Now, when Ojok went to India, he failed to eat rice. So we say what Pojok, or the journey of Pojok. That's the title of the book. Someone is there to recite in Luo. Actually, I said from the onset that actually are part of the Luo group. In Sudan, they are in millions, about 2, more than in Uganda. In Kenya, we have Jaluo. They have similar cultures. I'm doing my own research. I'm doing a research on the Igbo in Nigeria. They speak almost like actually. They have similar cultures like actually. And they have names like Obina, Okecha, and all these names resembles ours. I have to find out. But those are some of the games. So they talk about what Pojok. Someone comes and talk about Chamo Muchele Oloi Ojok, eating rice, fail Ojok, and he had to come back. They wrote a nice story in Luo about the journey of Ojok. That is how we learned how to speak and write Lep Luo or Lep Acholi language, that's how they taught us how to write and speak mother tongue. I'm doing this because my daughters and children do not know how to speak, and they don't. Most children who grew up now, when President Museveni, immediately President Museveni came, Wango stopped all the education, stopped. Education became past both formal and informal. The level of illiteracy is so high, especially in Acholi. So it's important for us to prepare our children now. It's important for the government to come up with a reparation law, because we need to know, we need to get our people back to education. If we don't reduce the illiteracy and literacy level, which is so low, our young men and women will continue being the boys or security guards of those in the center and western Uganda, because education has never been equal, because 20 years of war, thousands, over 1.8 million actually were in IDP camps, internally displaced persons camp. More than 700 were killed. More than 30,000 children abducted. made sex slaves or child soldiers. Later they called them rebels, they called them terrorists, and they're still in the bush. So government failed to protect them. We as parents failed to protect them, and therefore we need to see how we compensate all those who were involved and had the pain of the war. Yes, I struggle to speak because I'm a victim. In the beginning, I didn't give you a proper introduction. My name is Mwakalo Tukumoi. I was national spokesman, Democratic Party in Uganda. I was elected, I was appointed. I was elected in DP to be the spokesperson nationally. Then the president appointed me as deputy RDC leader. But before that, in 2011, we, the leaders of opposition, opted to organize a protest against government called Walk to Work. This protest was meant to fight against government because people were overpaying taxes and the cost of living was so high. Inflation was untouchable. I was tortured on behalf of Ugandans. More than 8 were killed that day. They hit my back. I broke this hand. Little didn't know the back affected the spine. I live in pain. That's why I said from grace to grace, from grace to pain. I live in pain. I live in pain. A lot of headache, head turn. I'm learning to speak. That's why I struggle to speak. Please bear with me. I trust you will listen to whatever I said. So basically, those were some of the games. I talked of Dini, Witola, Ododo, Coach, Tuguchara, Tugu Labalatak. Labalatak, Iporo, you throw the squares and you keep jumping one square to another while you keep throwing a round broken pot. We call it Labalatak. So you throw and jump on the square line. You don't step on the line. You keep jumping. So the winner will finish all the squares and she'll be the king. And also in the coach late Kaleti Pete Pedorian, if the person do not know, you say a bank queen, you eat in the table of the queen. You tell that one, I'll eat on the table of the queen. If you fail to answer coach this very wisdom I gave, if you fail, the person will win you and then eat on the table of the queen. I talked of Togocharo, I talked of Jok, I talked of LAJAJA, Abachada, how we learn how to speak A up to Z. Then we were taught the names of birds, the names of animals, like for example, like birds, you go to the bushes with your catapults to shoot the birds and eat them. When we were back, there's nothing like birds, laws and stuff. In the villages, we move around, we get a big bird, you shoot, and you take home and eat. There are birds you can eat, there are those you cannot eat. We had owls, you can eat owls. I'll talk about uh, uh, because we have telepathic communication, just like the Jews. We know when a person is dead, we know. A bird will cry when an owl or tula, we call it tula, an owl. When it makes noise, poo, 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 we know there's death. When a woman is pregnant, we know. When visitors coming, we know there's a visitor coming. I'll give you the secrets. But I wrote, if you go to Amazon, I have what we call, I'm a published author. I wrote a book called The Luo Secrets. It gives you the secrets of the Luo bar I'm talking about here. We have Tula, that is the all. We had Akuri. We had the Kwal. We had Kiloro, and all those birds, you know, they have names. We had small birds, big birds. We had the names of goats, animals in the bush, things like Toho, the fox and the dog. I'll tell you the proverbs. Let me stop the next time. I'll continue with episode 1. I'll talk about something else. Thank you.